Okay, so here's the van. It's got a swivel seat in the passenger seat. It's got the full Westy interior from a van that I used to have. It was an 82, hence the coloring. I have since added this lower heater. So there's heat in the back. I made the trim and everything like that, which matches all the rest of the trim that I put in the van. That's all two-stage painted aluminum, which is the same stuff that I did here, 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 and also here. So this van is actually, it was originally a tin top, and I purchased it, and an hour after I purchased it, I went to the East Coast installer for the North American high tops and had them put it in there. So all that they did is basically cut the hole in the top and glued the sucker to the top. And then the next day we drove to Chicago, and that was in Stanton, Virginia, I believe. So so that was interesting, and ever since then I've been working on finishing this out. So of course I put all of the Westy interior in it, and so you've got you know, standard stuff here. This is just to stop it from rambling, but we use the stove. It works great, both of them do. The sink does not work. I don't have it plumbed. Got the drawer up here, and as you can see, I don't have it plumbed, but I do have, this is the Xantrex power inverter that gives you 120 volts to here, and also to a extension cord that I have here that you can put, fits underneath here. So if you want, you can like bring it out a bit. It's a spare piece of trim. It's garbage. I also have the propane tank going to not only the burners, but also this this section down here, this pipe, that if you have an auxiliary heater, you can heat the inside of the van if you want. I just pulled out the refrigerator. It's much nicer to have all this space, especially for winter camping. Down here, I've got the fuse box and such. This was all wired up by me. I work with a lot of electricity, so this is coming from the propane tank down below. We've got single gauge electricity from the auxiliary battery that comes in, connects up to the Xantrex, so it directly supplies the plugs, and then also comes down to here for fused power. So I have fused power for these guys right here. Those are two 12 volt receptacles. So that's nice. And oh, actually, wait, no, there's just a USB charger. Oh yeah, USB chargers too. And so that's fused. And then I also have another fused line going up into the top here. So that's how the lights get powered. There's two lights, there's two switches up top. I built the basic frame out of plywood and unistrut. So this whole piece right here actually is, it pulls out for the bed. That's the foam upstairs for the beds, and it's long enough for, like, I think I have it for 6 feet long, but you can go to like 6'4" if you need to. So this orange lock over here makes it so that this thing doesn't slide forward when you stop real fast. And the two rails, the two unistrut rails, are held by this piece of plywood here, which is essentially the new top, and I've covered that with the nice fabric and such, which is the same fabric that's it's like headliner material, and that's all trimmed out and whatnot, and that's held that holds the two rails parallel to each other, and then it also holds in the back. So there's underneath the bed, there's a few screws that come up and hold it to the top of the roof. So what happens is this guy here, you pull this out and you rotate it, and you can see how it clicks into place. And then what you can do is you can pull this back. And however you want to get up is perfectly fine. We used to have a step stool in here, or you can just step up on here and then up on top of here, and you can get in. And then this foam is a little difficult to work with because it sticks together, So I'm going to have these covers made for these so that it makes it easier to move them around and makes it looks a little bit nicer. So I haven't chosen the upholstery yet, but so that's a thing. And then so you can just push this guy back in, and there you go. And yeah, so these top two pieces of plywood are held by another frame that goes all the way back, and these side pockets here are lined with carpet. So and same with the front here, the whole thing is lined with this nice carpet. And I have this strap here which is snapped on, because if you go up something steep, you'll notice that stuff starts falling backwards. So this is really helpful. There's also a piece of aluminum that I have here that fits into this channel, so it'll actually stop things from sliding off of it if the blue stuff doesn't catch it. So otherwise, it's a pretty basic setup. There's no water tank in here, but I will provide the water tank because I'm not using it. And so if you want to have the sink running, you'd need a pump and you'd need to plumb it, which is fine. And we've never really used it, and never had a real need to. It's a good spot for holding like dirty dishes for a little bit before we clean them outside. So yeah, that's the basic gist of the van. Got a lot of space down below. It'll come with one of the jacks for this specific van, and but the pillow and the towel stay with us. So, because my wife made that. So, but anyways, oh, and then also the fan. This fan is excellent. It's got this really nice remote here, so it'll automatically open up, and it is excellent because it not only goes out, but you can change the direction and have the air come in. You can open up the windows up here, and all of the windows are tinted, so that makes it really nice for when you need to change in here or sleep in or anything like that. We did make the curtains, so those will come with the van, and yeah, you can change the speed. Right now I have it on 100%, and it'll tell you the temperature inside and out, and yeah, it's really, really nice. I really like this. I'll definitely be putting this on the other van that I own. So yeah, that's the basic gist. It's a 4-wheel drive van, so it's got the nice low gear. I actually painted that, so it's got some nice color coding to it. Looks much nicer that way. It's got an aftermarket radio in it as well, with speakers in the front. There are no speakers in the rear, but those speakers are very loud, so there's no problem with that. So I also have a carbon monoxide detector in here that I'm going to leave, and because in winter camping we have used we borrowed one of those little, I think it's like a Big Buddy heater or something like that. It's propane, So yeah, you need to have the windows open, and it's nice to have a carbon monoxide detector to make sure that you have the windows open enough. So, but if you want to install a Propex, then it's cool too. So yeah, so that's the gist. Nice van.